I finally got my hands on these two LEGO Botanicals sets, thank you LEGO for sending them, and I gotta say these are definitely my favorite kind of LEGO plants. A couple months ago I reviewed the plum blossom and the chrysanthemum flowers, and now, then in the exact same style we have the lucky bamboo and the mini orchid. Kinda feels like a Pokemon collection where you gotta get them all, and I'm so happy that I can finally make these kinds of jokes considering the recent news, but enough of that. The LEGO Botanicals Mini Orchid is a great display piece that faithfully replicates the real-life flowers, in all of its twisted state, uneven leaves, and even several stages of growth towards the end there, while there's still 5 full bloom state flowers that, while for the most part actually use botanical elements for the petals and details, have a super clever piece use as the 3 larger petals are actually LEGO minifigure shield elements recolored in these nougat shade. However, due to the uneven nature of the object, there is a bit of sagging involved, kinda like the real flowers you might say, that makes the build wiggle a bit too much for my taste if you handle it often. You can twist and turn the flowers if you'd like, and the same can be said about the big leaves at the base of the pot. I've said this before and I'll say it again, I find it crazy how creative LEGO is with their pot designs for botanical sets. And while this one in particular isn't that groundbreaking since it's pretty much the same as the chrysanthemum minus the neck bit, still makes for a great building time. And like we've seen before in other sets of these mini plant sub-theme of sorts, that brown base remains unchanged across all 4 of these sets, Mini Orchid included of course. As far as the price go, the botanicals are slowly but surely becoming pricier. Before, they used to be amazing deals as far as the price per piece ratio went, but now this $30 set packing less than 300 pieces does make me wonder where the money is going. At the end of the day, you get a beautiful display piece out of these that is fun to build, fun to collect, and makes for a relatively affordable gift I cannot recommend enough. I know I've offered some of these in the past, and I'll continue to do so in the future. The LEGO Botanicals Lucky Bamboo set somehow follows on the footsteps of the previous models, but instead of featuring a flower, features a plant, and as I'm reading through the introduction of the building instructions, I've came to realize the significance of this particular collection of 4 botanicals for Asian cultures, where these are called the 4 gentlemen with a lot of meanings and interpretations. Now, I'm here to talk about the model, and while personally these out of the 4 isn't my personal favorite, still packs a lot of cool features and hidden secrets. For starters, we get 3 stalks of bamboo, complete with the leaves at the top that you can adjust to your liking, though maybe lighter shaded leaf elements would have been more accurate to the real-life plant. At the top of these stalks we have printed round tiles that mimic the look of the actual plants, while these 10 nodes in between are actually made with recolored car wheel elements, which is kinda fun and in line with how LEGO Botanical sets usually use elements outside of their natural purpose. Down below we have the iconic pebbles you'd usually see inside pots and vases with bamboo, and most of these are actually loose, which gives it that natural and random look. If you remove them, you can see a bunch of transparent tiles that were used to give these a bit of a water effect you hardly see when the pebbles are on, so you gotta praise the effort here, I think. But underneath all of these lies another printed tile that kinda looks like a coin or medallion of some sort for reasons I honestly do not grasp. Please let me know in the comments if you do. This time around, the pot for this plant is a different design when compared to the other 3, still keeping the golden stripe across it all and the standard issue brown base to support it. As always, a fresh take on pot building that I do appreciate in these kinds of sets. The price remains at $30, very much like the others of the collection, but this time around with a piece count of over 300 pieces and those printed parts makes me wonder why on earth these are all over the place. This one, all things considered, isn't a bad deal at all in my opinion. So all in all, and while personally I don't like it as much as I do any of the other 3, I got to admit that the LEGO Lucky bamboo does look nice on display, especially if you have it next to any of the other small botanicals of this collection, making it, like all others, perfect and affordable gift-giving material. Not overpriced like the flower arrangement set I reviewed a while ago, not lacking a display option of any kind like the roses or the bouquet sets, just perfect products that have all you need right out of the box. Feel free to use the links below to buy any of them and support the channel in the process. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one.